Why does Elon Musk and his minions need access to the names, social security numbers, addresses, birth dates, and bank account information of millions of Americans? Why does he need that information? What are they doing with it?
Before she was elected to Congress halfway through the first Trump presidency, Haley Stevens worked in the Treasury Department as a political appointee during the Obama administration. Last week, Representative Stevens introduced a new bill called the Taxpayer Data Protection Act.
These headlines to the American people are alarming. They are absolutely alarming. The news writes them, but the headline is that Musk has your data, that Musk has control of the systems. As a Treasury appointee, that is unfathomable. That is totally unbelievable and wrong. So our Taxpayer Data Protection Act will seek to make sure that the payment systems don't have reckless interference, that those who have access to them can't just be a special appointee, a political appointee, as you know, how we schedule the appointees. No, it needs to be overseen by someone who has the top security clearance, who has the credentials, who doesn't have the conflict of interest. The Taxpayer Data Protection Act will stand up to these questions and these concerning behaviors of Elon Musk.
Joining us now is Democratic Representative Haley Stevens of Michigan. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And I have to say, the most extreme outrage I've encountered about what Elon Musk was trying to do at the Treasury has all been from people who have worked at the Treasury like you.
You got that right, Lawrence. I'll tell you, I've been talking with former colleagues and appointees, and we are aghast. It is truly unfathomable. I'll tell you, when I entered into the halls of Treasury shortly after President Obama took office, during a time of true economic crisis, in fact, Bush appointees had stayed on board to kind of help us carry the water through during a really tough time. It was great bipartisan action. No one ever thought about going into the Bureau of Fiscal Service to get access to confidential and private information for God knows what. This is really serious. It's been alarming to the people of Michigan. President Obama, his team at Treasury stood up in a tough moment, saved General Motors and Chrysler 200,000 Michigan jobs. I was a proud person on that team to work on that action, but this is just a disgrace. And frankly, Lawrence, it's a disgrace I have to even introduce this bill. We should be talking about costs. I mean, we had eggs stolen. $40,000 worth of eggs. Literally, people in Southeast Michigan right now are going to the grocery store and there aren't eggs. And the CDC, and of course, what they're monitoring with the bird flu, you know, that can't even be done right now, worsening just one little cost crisis that we have with eggs, let alone what we're facing on housing and the like. And so let's get serious here. Let's do something that really matters to the American people, that will deliver for them, not these types of games.
Among those young assistants that Elon Musk has following him around, if there were an Edward Snowden among them in the Treasury, what could that mean to the American people?
That is the question, and it is beyond dangerous, as a matter of fact. You know, we've seen this type of espionage type of behavior during a time when Nixon was president, when they were getting access to IRS records. This also has to do with our $6 trillion payment system. We need to have these guardrails. We need to have the right cybersecurity, have the right credentials. There's not even a question being answered right now, Lawrence, on conflicts of interest. I don't even know who these guys are that are working with Musk. They're right out of college, and they're going into our payment system. It's not right, and it is concerning. And if you did have a Snowden, what's to say that Russia or the Chinese Communist Party wouldn't get access to these records? What type of cybersecurity is on their phones? What devices are they bringing in there? This is serious stuff, and we do know we've had cyber attacks from adversaries. I don't trust them I want to get this bill done. Lots of my colleagues have joined on. We should put this guardrail into place, and we should roll up our sleeves and get serious about the cost crisis, not these types of flagrant mismanagement actions that are spooking the American people.
Michigan Congresswoman Haley Stevens, thank you very much for joining us tonight.